said I'm wrong. We are too big to fail. We are too big to fail. 5% crazy. Too big to fail. We are 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 too big to fail. We like to start a discussion about how to keep this movement moving forward. If you would like to speak, please speak to the facilitators and say the floor. Thank you very much.
Bring in the facilitators, please identify yourselves so people will know where they're going. 99 to 1. 99 to 1. 99. Hopefully someday we won't have to do this shit anymore.
cool if I included what
Mic
you said?
check!
in the
Mic
newsletter?
check! Mic check! Mic check! If anyone has any suggestions, about what to do next, now is the time. Would anyone like to occupy? Or just meet again? People can talk. And remember all the signals. So does anyone have anything to say?
Does anyone have anything to say?
Come see a facilitator.
Come see a facilitator.
Mic check! Mic check!
I'm a student.
I'm a student.
And in my class, I learned what it means to be a citizen. In our laws, it tells us that even though we have majority rule, the minority must always be heard. And I'm afraid that we have not been heard by the majority. And we have tried to get our points across. And they tell us that we're just being stupid. We don't have reality really comprehended. That we shouldn't worry about. Our citizens can't eat at night. That they have to work 2 jobs. And still can't feed their families. We need to change. We need to say. It's our legal right. To be heard.
Mic check! Mic check! Mic check! Mic check! We now are going to hear from Mary.
I hear a lot of talk about corporations. The corporations couldn't do without our government compliance. Our government has become 2 parties locked together in a bully war on the playground. I'm sick of hearing the news. I'm sick of hearing them bicker. I'm tired of all the excuses. Yes, people go to bed hungry. They're homeless. They don't have insurance. It's set up that way. You can't have the rich without the poor. We have to fight for the rights of all of the people. Not just here in the United States. But all over the globe. As long as it stays a little private battle. We've lost already. We see people fighting on the news for their rights. And our government says they have a right to do it. The same government that says we have to stop in Wall Street. Stand together. Freedom of speech.
All right, mic check. All right, so awesome to see you all. Glad the rain's gone away. Anyway, I would like to ask that we move this discussion in a constructive manner. Let's talk
about keeping our momentum and growing as a community. We can resolve all of these problems. And with that, I'm going to introduce Rachel, our next speaker.
To keep this movement moving forward, one of the best things that you can do is to vote for a third party. Because if you vote for the Democrats or Republicans, you are supporting the existing power structure. That's all.
Stop voting red and blue.
Yeah!
All people, not colors.
All right, mic check. Next we have Shums.
Hello. For hundreds of years, ever since anyone told someone else they could do something, they've been forced to do it. We still live in a place after thousands of years. Even in a place where we say that everyone has a voice. Voices are being silenced. We don't have to live like this anymore. We have people, those in power, say that people can't be trusted with power. It's not true. We should now move to a system of true democracy. So we should all vote. We should choose our parties. And stick with them. And make our voices heard. That's all.
All right, before we continue, quick announcement. More food has arrived. It's on the stairs.
It's cold outside.
Next up, we have Rick.
I can't talk as loud as a lot of you other people.
We can amplify.
This is incredible. It's so amazing. We're at the Commons of the people in Broome County, the courthouse. And we're taking it back.
Yeah.
A lot of us have been dreaming. A lot of us have been dreaming for a long time. And hundreds of thousands and millions of us for thousands of years. I'm sorry, hundreds of thousands and millions of us for hundreds of years. Lots of us have been struggling and been dragged into this corporate capitalist state. Kicking. Here's an idea. There are groups called affinity groups. Groups of friends. Where people can get together with people that they know. Small groups. Meeting. Discussing. Reasoning. Thinking. Coming up with ideas. Forming some kind of a council of affinity groups. To not only build a political parties, but a movement as well.
Yeah.
So many times in the past, The political parties have gone into the institutions.
The political parties have gone into the institutions.
But they never came out.
But they never came out.
We have it here in Binghamton.
We have it here in Binghamton.
Where well-meaning people were elected to offices.
Where well-meaning people were elected to offices.
But because there wasn't a movement, and because there wasn't people of popular power reining them in.
Because there wasn't a movement.
They sold out their interests to the corporate people. Corporate interests. And they need to be named Security Mutual. The Ackles. The Cragins. And the capitalist class of this city. Building a movement with a party. Amongst ourselves and our friends. And there are thousands of our friends. That do the hard work, the lifting. Is what we could do here. That's it.
Thank you. Next up, we have an announcement. From Amber.
For those who have to pee, the bus terminal down Shenango has public restrooms. Be neat and courteous. Wash your hands. And don't flock all at once. Enjoy. Highly important.
Next up, we have Dawn.
Hey everybody! Right now the movement is in a full court press against the powers that be. But there's going to be some tough days ahead. People are going to try to break our spirit. They're not going to feel like it's their movement too. So I want to throw out a couple of suggestions. If they seem hopelessly lost to the movement, go like this. Or tell them, we apologize. The revolution did not intend to get on your apathy.
Next up, we have Shauna.
It's a lovely day for revolution. We have many things to be angry about. Global poisoning. Death in the name of the industrial war machine. We're being lied to. We're being lied to about the economy. We're being lied to about marijuana. We're being lied to about who really runs this country. We are not headed into socialism. We are in a fascist state. A fascist state is the emergence of state and corporate powers. We do not have capitalism.
Don't ask permission to do something about it.
Go in love.
Go in love.
And go in peace.
And go in peace.
May the force be with you.
May the force be with you.
Next up, we have Brendan.
Hello, everyone.
Hello, everyone.
I would like to put forth
I would like to put forth
a proposal.
a proposal.
I propose
I propose
that this body
that this body
meet regularly.
meet regularly.
At first, I think we should bring more people here
more people here
to discuss
to discuss
the needs of our community.
the needs of our community.
Then,
Then,
when we've discussed
when we discuss
a few
a few
approachable needs,
approachable needs,
we should form working groups
form working groups
to address those needs.
to address those needs.
I don't think
I don't think
we should rush headlong into an occupation.
into an occupation.
Binghamton is not like New York City.
Like New York City,
There are no good targets to occupy. It's going to get real cold,
it's gonna get real cold,
and we need to be realistic about what we can do.
what we can do.
Thank you.
Next up, we have Rob.
Hi, everybody.
Hi, everybody.
My name's Rob.
My name's Rob.
And I have never in my entire life been happier
I've never in my entire life been happier
to see a group of people
to see a group of people
tired, cold, and wet
tired, cold, and wet
with an understanding of what is going on in the world today.
with an understanding of what is going on in the world today.
We are young.
We are young.
We are old.
We are old.
And we actually care for once.
And we actually care for once. Our generation
Will no longer be the lazy one.
be the lazy one.
So stay educated.
Stay educated.
Stay here.
Stay here.
By every means of that word.
By every means of that word.
We need to occupy
We need to occupy
mass media
mass media
and all outlets that we can.
and all outlets that we can.
Are we all right?
Are we all right?
Are we going to stay all right?
We're gonna stay all right.
Yes, we will.
Yes, we will.
And I couldn't be happier.
And I couldn't be happier.
Thank you all.
Thank you.
All right, next up
Next up
is Nancy.
is Nancy.
I'm a teacher.
I'm a
I
teacher.
teach children that I love.
I teach children that I love.
And they have so much hope that they're going to be able to get a job.
They have so much hope that they're going to be able to get a job.
They're so smart.
They're so smart.
And they're so sweet.
And they're so sweet.
And I don't know what we're leaving them.
And I don't know what we're leaving them.
I owe more in my student loans
I owe more in my student loans
than I make in a year.
than I make in a year.
And there are people that think I don't deserve to make as much money as I make.
And there are people who think that I deserve to make as much money as I make.
And it doesn't pay the bills anyway.
And it doesn't pay the bills anyway.
They think I don't deserve health care.
They think I don't deserve health care.
And I'm sick of people telling me I'm lucky to have health care.
And I'm sick of people telling me I'm lucky to have health care.
We should all have health care.
We should all have health care.
We should all be able to dream.
We should all be able to dream.
And I have long johns.
I have long johns.
And I can be back here time and time again.
And I can be back here time and time again.
Thank you.
Next up, we have Jim.
Yeah, Jim.
I was up before.
I was up before.
I think
the interest of continuity,
we
have to think in terms, in concrete terms of how we can keep this going. In Zuccotti Square, they have set up committees to take care of various aspects of their occupation, including media, police, sanitation, teach-ins, and general discussions, and music, and food. I think we need to form working groups that can work on all of these. Whether or not we have a continuous occupation, or we come back once or twice a week.
Continue.
Next up is Miles. Hi everybody. There are many reasons why we are here today. But I would like to talk about one issue. For almost a century, our government has restricted our use of naturally occurring medicines. And this has resulted in a silly drug war. In which everyone is losing. These natural medicines have been replaced with artificial drugs that are full of side effects, potential for abuse. I have friends who are in jail for non-violent drug crimes. The idea that you can create a drug-free society is a myth. And the freedom to alter our consciousness cannot be denied. That is all. Thank you. Hello! My beautiful people! I stand here in love with you all. No matter what happens here today, it will never stop. Until our goals are achieved. No matter how many they might be. Because we are active. In our own lives. We do not need to work within the structure. Of the system that has been created to keep us down. I propose one way that we can spread our movement. It is by reaching to the poor. And it's by helping those every day. Who do not have the supplies they need. To live life. Therefore, I'm going to form a group. A committee, perhaps. That will be responsible for reaching out. Specifically to those who have less. Because if anyone knows what needs to change, it is them. I will contact you all. Through whatever list we create. So see that, dude. And put your name on the list. Thank you. Next up, we have Brianna.
Hi. Okay, first off, I would like to state something. People my age are extremely lazy. We sit on the computer all day and expect society to give us what we need to succeed. But society is not going to help us. However, we can use this to our advantage. Start Facebook groups.
We can actually do something.
And I'd also like to say, I have potential.
I have potential.
I know I have potential.
I know I have potential.
I'm taking classes to become an engineer.
I'm taking classes to become an engineer.
But it sickens me
that
I might not have the opportunity because I can't afford it. I'm done.
Mic check.
Mic check.
I propose that we take a short break and organize working groups. So come find someone. Come find someone who is a facilitator, or that guy with the chart, so we don't overlap the groups. And everyone can find one. Thank you.
Anybody that has experience vlogging. Anyone that has experience on the internet. Getting their voice out. This is now our media station. We will be broadcasting live. So anyone who feels they can add, please come over here and talk to me now. Thank you.
I got a question. If a man steals from a store of a loaf of bread to feed his family and goes to jail because he got laid off by a company that went bankrupt because the CEOs stole billions, where's the justice for the CEOs that stole the billions? Where do they stand and where does that man stand? He's just trying to feed his family and he can't because he got laid off. And these guys are pocketing billions and they're just missing from the revenue charts of businesses, and it doesn't make sense. And I just want to know, where's the just cause? Where's the justice for them? Where's the justice for the families that can't eat and can't have no roofs over their head if they can't provide for their own family when the companies are just stealing all of their money?
I'm R. Joseph Barham. I'm basically an old hippie. Back in the 60s, we did things like this. And this basically reminds me of back to 60 stuff, you know? I'd like to see the old hippie movement start again in this country because it was actually a good movement, all right? I'm actually belong to a political party called the Libertarian Party, and which developed out of the old hippie movement, you know, in which the government stays out of people's lives, their pocketbook, and their bedroom, you know, and everything else in their lives. Individuals should have the right to control their own lives, and the problem with corporations, problem with government is they want to control our lives, you know. One of the biggest places that I have this is my personal bent on things. I'm basically a geek and a nerd. A geek is a nonconformist, a nerd is someone who likes to learn. Public schools are against geeks and nerds. They don't like people to, how can I put it, buck the system, and they knock students down for wanting to be geeks and nerds, you know, wanting to not conform to, in quote, their system, and they knock them down. It's not encouraged. You know, we need a hippie movement to try to get the idea of nonconformity again, even though, you know, we have to consider societal as an important thing, but we have individuals that can express good ideals without being, how can I be, kicked in the head, you know, for being a little bit nonconformist. I like that ideal. So.
When I first come to New York, I was 7 years old. My mom brought me from down south in Florida. We came here. And I was too young to know what I know now. But I love New York. I love people in this city because it's home to me by being raised up. I have relatives in Europe. A grandmother who passed on who was 98 years old. And she was tough as leather. And let me tell you, she didn't need anybody to do shopping for her. She did it herself. But as I look around, I'm looking around and I'm seeing things have been changing and still changing. It's human that is trying to be destroyed. And it's not going to happen. Because we all in it together, but we are tough. And we are going to remain tough and get out of this situation. But I just want to say one more thing. These people here, they have their signs up, they have their tents up. There's words going out to say, look, turn around, open up your mind, open up your heart, open up your soul, bring it out. Let us all reach out and work together. Don't work separately, because when you work separately, nothing works at all. When you work together as a team, you can make it happen. And I believe in making things happen. So this is what I feel. Let's work and deal together. We can pull together. Don't pull separated, because when we separate, we gain nothing. If we stay together by working together, have an understanding what is going on, what is going to happen, we'll make it. But other than that, we're not going to make it. And this is how I feel. Thank you.
My name is Tim Walcott. I'm here to support people's reclaiming their future. I'm here to increase the expectations of people for the future. That includes a livable wage, that includes health care for all, that includes a pension that they've earned and they need. I'm here for the realization in people's hearts that the corporation is the problem. It's not us. We want to make a difference. We need jobs. We are willing to work, but we don't need to be offshored for the benefit of corporations. I feel it's people's time to take to the streets to make a difference, to become part of a movement that's been fomenting for many, many years. Too many people have sat on the sidelines when justice has been eroded, when equity has been removed from our society. Too many people have been comfortable and have left others to make the battles for them. Now enough people are uncomfortable that the battles are coming to them. We all are in the same dilemma. We are being controlled by corporations and politicians that kowtow to them. It's time for people to become part of a movement that changes that. I am one of those people.
Well, my name's Ethan Roach. I'm one of the people who started organizing this a few weeks ago. We started off with just, about 10 people meeting at the Cyber Cafe, trying to figure out how we can support Wall Street and keep the movement going. And there were a few of us that really wanted to bring the movement here and occupy our land, our space, and bring the voice to the local people as well, because it's a movement of everybody, of the 99%. There's the people are everywhere, and so the movement should be everywhere. And so we're here trying to create a space for that movement, for people to stand up for themselves, to be heard, to organize with people who feel the same way and can help them achieve their goals, achieve the goals of everybody, and make it a much more fair system, a much more practical, responsible land and world to make the corporations and our government, the policies more responsible and accountable for their actions, and end a lot of the abuses. There are so many that people are not all here for the same reason, for exactly the same reason, but people are here to be heard and to stand up.